army killing innocent people in Orlu. Residents. Some residents of Orlu communities in Imo State have accused soldiers of the Nigerian army of killing innocent people. The residents disclosed this in a survey conducted by Sahara reporters. They have time to do surveys? Wow. Many people have been reportedly killed in the community following a clash between Nigerian army operatives and the indigenous people of Biafra security outfit Eastern Security Network on the 25th of January. Okay. The video seen by Sahara reporters during the week showed helicopters hovering around the town in search of the camps occupied by the ESN personnel. Wow. A spokesperson for the Nigerian Army 34 Artillery Brigade Obinze Oweri Babatunde Zubairu, who confirmed the operation, said the locals were not being harassed. The army spokesperson said that the operation was an offshoot of military intelligence. Military intelligence on... It's the logic. It's the lack of logic for me. It's the lack of sense for me. You're telling me we've come all this way after we've had so many wars, history, and with the amount of resources that we have, that you'd want to conduct military intelligence where residents are. Does that make sense? I don't really think you have to be some genius for you to understand that their logic to things. Like, I don't understand. Well, Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, had launched the ESN on the 12th of December 2020, saying the regional security outfit would help to tackle just like Amotekun in the southwest crimes and criminalities. After the clash, Kanu accused Governor Hope Uzodinma of working with the army to flush out and attack ESN officers from the bushes where they are operating. On Friday, the Imo State government said ESN operatives are hoodlums and will be treated as murderers by the government. The State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Cyprian Akaolisa said the Imo State government invited the military to flush out hoodlums who call themselves ESN in Orlu. According to Akaolisa, Kanu was endangering the people of the state by the activities of ESN in the area. At this point, there's no point reacting, because if we want change to happen, the people have to go out. Again, I don't think that we'd have to get to a point where we lack the fear of death before we then go out and protest. It is easier said than done, yes, absolutely. But how long are we willing to be pushed? How long are we willing to be traumatized? How long are we willing to continue generational cycles of curses? How long are we willing? Because if you're scared of like, the life you're living in Nigeria already lowers your lifespan. If people don't understand, like, you living in Nigeria lowers your lifespan. Statistically, I am not saying that it is the case for every single person, but with the stress accumulated over the years of being a resident of Nigeria, you will be stressed, your health will be at risk, and you are likely to die younger. Ask Google. It's not me. Go and ask. Do your research. It is true. So there's no place like home, and if you have, like, where do we come from? Because if there's so much insecurity and we're not willing to go and fight for our rights, where will we go? Is it because you have the money? At the end of the day, you can go to any country and gain your citizenship, but the country has the right to revoke that citizenship. So there's no place like home where you'll be fully accepted. And like, Nigeria is not home because we don't like each other. Our ideologies are too different. So again, going through this long story of the no. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we need to be very, very proactive in terms of not being too forgetful and distracted. We understand this is their policy, is the tactics that they like to use. But again, all these stories of Hope Uzodinma doing this, no. What expectations do we have for them? The bar is very low when it comes to them. They are obviously sellouts who have no allegiance to their people. So we can't, keep saying these things and getting shocked or getting surprised or getting upset, because it's a waste of energy. We're going to get drained after talking, and we should have conversations on how we can take our land back. And that's just what it is. And if, ESN can't do everything, they can. I don't know what kind of, how effective that they are, but then the people have to stand up, because again, we can't keep waiting and living in fear, because if if we're silent, the country is going to get worse, and then we will be so traumatized and pushed. We will be pushed to a point where we don't fear death. Do you understand the state that the country would have to be in for the people to be like, we do not fear death and we do not care? That is bad and traumatizing. And sometimes experience does not have to be your best teacher. Please. We've seen how these things have happened. We know the history in different countries and how revolutions happen. People will lose their lives anyway. But then because they've waited for too long and they lost the fear of death, they went out in numbers and they died anyway. But the issue of death is literally the least of our problems. It really is, because we are getting scammed. We imagine the standard of living in the country is so bad, yet we have the highest GDP in Africa. How does that make sense? The money is there. We are hardworking people. We have industries. We need to be more industrialized. We can't be importing and exporting. These things are easy. These things, we know how to do it. We've got the skill. We've got the workforce to implement these things. But while these leaders are still there, they will keep scamming us of our hard-earned money in terms of taxes, and they'll say money is not in the country. And then we will keep getting scammed, but then we don't reap the fruits of our labor. Like, what? Nigeria is not a country where you'd want to give birth and make generational wealth for your generations to come. It doesn't make sense, because everything will squander. And it's absolutely sad, but it is where we've come to. So again, these things will keep happening. Just make up your mind that things are going to get worse. And that's on period. Point blank. Because until something magical happens where Nigerians are going to be not going to be selfish and literally fight and do their job as citizens of their country, nothing is going to change. And honestly, if it's the few that is going to go change, fine. But we can't have a majority thinking that this is not their fight. Again, the big problem is mental enslavement, and we need to go through a process as a country of decolonization, because we have just come out of a country that has been colonized. And again, you cannot be surprised that because we've been colonized, our mentality will not be colonized as well. We need to decolonize our African mind. It's a book by Chinwe Izu, and everyone needs to go read that, because we need to decolonize our African mind. It is a sickness, and until we heal ourselves of that sickness, nothing will happen. So again, this sad news of Nigerian killing army, and then we already know the Nigerian tactics. We know they don't have shame. They will keep exposing themselves and doing worse things. So we ourselves, we have got to step up and demand for change. We can't do it. We've got so many things on our side. But then if we're not gonna stand up and question and hold this government accountable, especially in the northern part of the country. In the southern part, not everyone is as active or whatever, but in the northern part of the country, there hasn't been any huge protests where it is trending on Twitter, and they don't even need media warehouses to broadcast it around the world. The south of Nigeria can do that, but can the north do that? Because it's happening in their land, and they need to step up. Put what you think in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.